podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Although I am a licensed clinician, I'm also just a person. I love to be able to be in my real life and speak from that point. And that's where this podcast is coming from. So enjoy.
Searching for truth, looking for answers. There must be a way to another day.
Yo.
Hello.
Oh, you ready? You ready to roll?
Dude, I don't care. I'm ready. I'm ready if I'm like this. I'm ready if I'm like this. Okay. Like, let's just start it. You know?
Okay.
Everything has to be like, I'm fine. I'm here. I'm ready to go.
All right. Oh, why are you getting so upset? Anyways, I'm Joe.
I'm Aaliyah.
It's Convenient Truth. A special Thursday afternoon episode.
Thursday afternoon episode. Yup. No activities today. Gonna let our daughter just have a relaxed day and just rest her throat. Strep throat's going around.
Well,
So
she's perfectly fine. Anyways.
I don't know. She said her throat was hurting. It was hurting yesterday too. The teacher has strep throat. You never know.
Why is the teacher at school then if she's got strep throat?
Well, she had strep throat, but she was at school before she knew she had strep throat and then didn't come back the next day because found out she had strep throat.
So she was only gone for one day with strep throat?
Yeah, because the minute they put you on antibiotics, you're allowed to go back to school.
Oh.
That's the thing. But our kid can't take antibiotics because
it's poison?
Well, she's
Kills all the
allergic.
bacteria in your stomach?
She's allergic. She has an allergic reaction. We found that out previously.
Nothing to do with murdering microbials in your stomach or anything.
You know what I want to get into today?
Sure.
I actually want to start with this whole Bad Bunny thing because I got to tell you.
Don't really care about
Well,
it.
you know what? I sit here and I listen to all the stuff that you talk about and I partake in it. So guess what?
Oh, you want to talk about what everybody else is talking about?
Yeah, I do right now because I'm actually like, it's like funny to me, but also like annoying at the same time. First of all, I want to be clear that Puerto Rico is a part of the United States, right? I mean, like and if you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, now you know. Please. Word. Anyway, if you don't know the song, then you don't get it. Anyway, so Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
You might even know the song and not really get that.
What do you mean? How do you not get that? If you don't know,
what's
now
the
you
relevance
know.
to this?
Because I was just saying, if you didn't know that Puerto Rico is a part of the United States, now you know. And then I added Biggie in there. Pay attention.
Yeah, I guess only kids in America wouldn't know that.
Yeah. So anyway, it's driving me nuts that people have so much to say about this and about how non-American it is because he's singing in Spanish and he speaks in Spanish. But it's like Spanish people are also a part of the United States of America. Puerto Ricans are a part of the United States of America. So I would consider that American. I'm confused. It's a part of the United States of America. It's not from Europe. It's not from anywhere else. So now, Turning Point. You know what Turning Point is?
Yeah. That's
right.
Charlie Kirk's.
Yeah. So now
foundation.
Turning Point, I guess his wife, right, Turning Point just announced that they are having a all-American halftime show that they have just announced. It's true. Turning Point USA is thrilled to announce the all-American halftime show. Performers and event details coming soon. Now, when you go on, now they're doing this during the Super Bowl's halftime show, right? And then when you go online to their website, they ask you what music genres would you like to see featured? And it's like Americana, classic rock, country, hip hop, pop, worship. And then there's a box for anything in English. Again, I'm confused as to why, just because someone speaks Spanish, you think that they're not from the United States of America.
Well,
It's a part of the United States of America.
Listen, all right, think about it like this. Now, listen, I'm not taking either side, but I am playing devil's advocate here. Listen, you're asking and I'm telling.
I feel like I
You
can play
wanna know?
devil's advocate with this if I
I'm
felt like I could, but I really feel like I can't.
Okay. You moved to Italy.
I'm in Italy. I'm in
You
Europe.
just moved to Italy. You don't know Italian.
Okay.
Do you think you should learn it?
I'm a part of the United States.
No. You just moved to Italy, became an Italian citizen
Right, but
because that's
Puerto
what
Rico
you're doing.
didn't just become a part of the United States of America.
Well,
Puerto Rico's been a part of the United States of America for quite some time now. So I feel like that example
okay, so
is
even
actually a
more,
completely
that's
ridiculous
even more
example.
of a reason for them to learn English because they're part of America.
There are many people in Puerto Rico who speak English. Bad Bunny even speaks English. But why is he going to sing in English when he's from Puerto Rico, which is a part of the United States? And it just so happens that everybody in Puerto Rico's main language is Spanish.
Well, why would he sing in English?
Because his songs are written in Spanish.
That's my whole point. Why would he sing in English? Did you hear my question?
Right. So why would he? So of course he's going to sing in Spanish.
Well, I'm assuming whoever hired him to do it understands that every single one of his songs is in Spanish. I would assume that, right?
Right. Well, actually,
you hire the talent that you want for the event.
Right.
You don't make the talent cater to the event.
But again, I'm confused. Like, what was your? Because I feel like your example wasn't a good example.
The Italian thing?
Yeah. What were you trying to prove with that?
Well, if I'm moving to another country and I'm becoming
I'm
becoming a citizen there,
no one had to become a citizen.
Yeah, they are.
They're already citizens.
It wasn't like
they didn't have to be cut. They're citizens of the United States.
I feel like you're from Puerto Rico and you have no idea of the actual history of Puerto Rico.
I do understand, but I'm talking about like as of right now, right?
They are American citizens.
And since let's see, since
all right,
what?
So hold on. What other states do they? Is like Arizona? Do they all speak freaking German?
Arizona is an English-speaking state in the United States.
Why is it an English-speaking state? Because it's a part of the United States.
So then why did they make Puerto Rico a part of the United States? And if they wanted all English-speaking,
I don't know. You're Puerto Rican.
Places?
You tell us.
I don't fucking know, Joe. Okay, all right. I'll chat GPT it.
Well, let's do it. Here we go.
Chat GPT.
You asked the question. I don't know what you want to ask.
En español?
No, because we want it in fucking English so the Americans can understand. All right. Can you summarize the how Puerto Rico became a part of the United States?
Absolutely. In a nutshell, Puerto Rico became part of the United States as a result of the Spanish-American War. The war took place in 1898, and after the U.S. won, Spain ceded Puerto Rico to the United States under the Treaty of Paris. From there, it became a U.S. territory, and it's remained a U.S. territory ever since.
Wait, hold up. So did Spain not want Puerto Rico?
No.
So did they just like...
No, they lost the fucking war.
So then the United States wanted Puerto Rico?
They took it, yeah.
Okay, so the United States wanted Puerto Rico, knowing that everybody speaks Spanish.
Now, hold on. So also, I'm hold on. I'm assuming that those people were wanting to be part of the United States.
I don't know. That's a big assumption. You can't assume that. We don't know.
At that time, was the somebody just keeps calling me. Sorry.
Yeah.
At this time where Puerto Rico became a part of the United States, did they want to be part of the United States?
Great question.
That's definitely a great question with a bit of a complex history. So Puerto Rico became a territory of the United States after the Spanish-American War in 1898, when Spain ceded the island to the U.S. under the Treaty of Paris. At that time, the people of Puerto Rico didn't have a direct say in that decision. It was essentially negotiated between Spain and the United States. In the years that followed, there were definitely mixed feelings. Some people on the island hoped that U.S. rule would bring more rights and modernization, while others were resistant and wanted either independence or more local autonomy. So it wasn't a straightforward yes or no for the population as a whole. There were a variety of views, and the decision was ultimately made by international treaty rather than a local vote.
Also, it is not considered a state either. What is it considered?
That's right. Puerto Rico is actually considered a U.S. territory, specifically an unincorporated territory.
And what's the difference between that and
A state.
Sure. So the difference is basically about the level of representation and the application of certain federal laws. A state is fully integrated into the United States with voting representation in Congress, and residents of a state vote in presidential elections. States also have all the constitutional protections and rights that come with being a full part of the Union. Puerto Rico, as an unincorporated territory, doesn't have voting representation in Congress, meaning they have a delegate who can speak but not vote on final legislation. Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens, but they don't vote in presidential elections unless they become residents of a state.
Which leads me to believe that.
So now I feel like so now that I have all the information from wonderful, what's her name? Aria. No, isn't it Aria?
Aria or Ari? I don't know.
Anyway, now that I have,
that's different. I don't know. That's the grok.
Okay. Well, now that we have all the information, so now I'm going to try and look at it from all angles. Number one, so it's a United States territory. It's still a part of the United States. The United States basically won it. It sounds like, right? This land, right? This place. And so then they got it. Now, I don't understand why they didn't just make it like an actual state.
Well, because, I don't know. Maybe they were like, first off, they weren't like, hey, they weren't trying to become a part of the United States in the first place, it sounds like.
It sounds like they were just kind of like, I guess we have to.
So they probably came to like some compromise down the road where it was just like, okay, like you don't have to be a part of the United States. You can kind of be your own thing. You can get some benefits from the federal government, but you're not going to get everything unless you become a state, right? And maybe they chose
to not become a state,
right?
Maybe we should ask that.
And then it makes sense that they would not take on the American English language, right?
Because technically and legally, they're still now their own thing, right?
But then it becomes this like quasi.
It's
thing
very
where
weird.
It's like they're grateful and happy to be part of the United States where they could travel back and forth and whatever, but then, and they get some benefits, but then they're kind of their own thing, but they also don't have representation. They can't get shit done out there.
It's very confusing. And I actually wish that they would just like, I don't understand why. Well, I guess actually PR probably just wants to stay with where they're at. I'm assuming.
Maybe that's
like
a divided question.
I don't know. I feel like I'm going to have to really look further into that. But anyways, so now as I look into, let's say, so now I have to switch my mindset, guys. See, this is how I do.
Right. Once you get new information,
this is how I switch my mind.
Your thoughts might change.
Well, see, my thoughts don't change because I still am very much very excited about Bad Bunny playing at the Super Bowl, honey.
I'm excited about Bad Bunny too.
However, I am now with the information. I'm able to like empathize. What does empathy mean? Empathy means just being able to just put yourself in somebody else's mindset, in somebody else's shoes, their feelings, everything, as much as you possibly can. And I will say, I feel like as a clinician, thank goodness, I actually have the ability to do that. So I'm going to do that right now. Let me like,
who are you empathizing with?
Empathize, Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk. Okay, let me switch it. And here we go. So I can see how the very stereotypical, traditional, all-American, English-speaking citizens who are able to vote in this presidential, whatever it is called, right, are like, hey, we need someone who's American, someone who's from the United States, basically who's English speaking, because that's the United States, and who could actually legally vote and be a part of the Congress and all the shit that goes on here. I can see how from that very strong viewpoint can someone then look at my culture and go, this is not American, right? Like if we're thinking about again, because again, we got to think like how they think, right? Like just good old fashioned American, good old fashioned American, what it is to be an American, stereotypically speaking. Because I have a different definition of that. But stereotypic, I can see how from that mindset, they're like, oh, okay, this is not why. Like, why is this happening? This doesn't really take the whole like American culture. I understand. Fine. Okay. However, once I go back into my mind, I'm like, well, we're still a US territory and we still have some benefits of the United States and we are English and Spanish speaking, and Bad Bunny is the fucking shit and probably is one of the biggest fucking blowout amazing celebrities artists out there right now. Had a 30 fucking concert tour in Puerto Rico where he brought in so much money for Puerto Rico. He has done so much for that fucking place. He cares so much about his culture. He's so crazy. He's so like, yeah, I think absolutely people all over the world listen
what's
to
the
Bad
whole
Bunny.
point with all? What are we talking about right now?
I'm trying to debate. I'm just talking about
Debating
how
yourself?
people are very angered about Bad Bunny being the Super Bowl artist. And I
Well,
was
I guess
talking about why that was. But then obviously we did all this, okay, which then led me to having to transform
understand both sides.
into transform into another mindset, which I feel like is very hard for, unfortunately, the majority of this world to do. And so I can see coming from that mindset.
Well, think about this too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like think about
Yes.
like, I don't even know what the statistics are, but I mean, football is clearly an American sport, right? So, but that doesn't mean that Spanish people don't watch football. I'm sure there's a lot of
Well, let's not just say
Hispanic-speaking people.
Spanish. See, but here we go, because let's break it down. See, this is what gets it confusing too, is that it's not just Spanish speaking, right? It's like specifically Puerto Ricans, because yes, I'm sure that there are many Spanish speaking people, whether you're from Spain or from this or from that, right? There's lots of places that speak Spanish, right?
Right.
However, those other people are not even like, they're not connected to the United States. Puerto Rico, though, just so happens to be, again, this fucking territory of people who speak Spanish.
But once again, see, like all the words that you're saying right now, even though it's like descriptive of what the technical scenario is part of the divisiveness in our country, right? Because we're like, this is this, and this is this. These people are here, but I mean, you're also Puerto Rican, but you're an American citizen. But they live in Puerto Rico. So the only real difference is where you fucking live. You're the same people. You have the same DNA in your body, right?
Right.
But
I already know that.
Right. No, I'm just explaining this to everybody, right? It's like the wording, the explanation, like, oh, well, okay. It doesn't, to me personally, this is my personal thoughts, is it doesn't fucking matter.
I know that,
like,
but I was trying to understand why people cared so
But
bad.
if it's like this, right? I don't know. Once again, don't know the statistics, but let's say, like soccer is a huge like international sport, right?
Huge.
Humongous, like outside of the United States, right?
Mhm.
So say whatever, I don't know anything about soccer, guys, so I'm sorry.
Nothing.
But like whatever the largest soccer event is, which is definitely not held in America, wherever that is being held. Now, if they had an event at that, like an artist at that event performing, and it was like a country artist, that whole culture would be like, what the fuck is going on here? Right? It wouldn't make any fucking sense. So I think to the football culture, they're like, what? Like, that's not really what I'm like kind of into.
But
maybe I don't.
But at the end of the day,
whole,
let's look at who was there last year. That was Kendrick Lamar. And to be quite honest with you,
I don't think they were that happy with that shit either.
I don't think Kendrick Lamar represented a whole.
I don't think so either. So who the fuck's hiring these people?
Okay. Well, but again, my thing is this: is that what do they mean then when they say like representing football and America? Do you then mean country music?
No,
do you then mean like what do you mean?
What
like
I would say is,
I don't know what that means.
I would, if I was the NFL, I would, and there's a way to do this. There's already all kinds of surveys and whatever, just like attendance and like, ask. They probably know the demographic of the people that attend football games. I know, I mean, the football's been going on forever. They guarantee they fucking know, right? So like I would take that and be like, what's the demographic? Oh, most of these people are like, I don't know. I'm not going to be stereotypical, but it's like, you know, a certain type of person that drinks beer and like fucking likes to like fucking.
I gotta tell you something though, man. I
don't know.
actually really, and I don't know if it's just I want to believe this or not, but like there are so many people who like love Bad Bunny, who go to his concerts, who listen to his music, that have no idea what the fuck he's saying, right? So like I honestly do believe that just the culture and just his music and the sounds and everything transcends, like, you know,
To be
like
honest,
all of that stuff.
To be honest, I think like the halftime show has not represented the culture of the sport in a long time.
But what is the culture of the sport? I don't understand. Is it rednecky? Are we listening to just country music? Are now we stereotyping now? Is it Kendrick Lamar? Is it Justin Timberlake? Is it Janet Jackson? Is it fucking who else has been on it? You know, is it Beyonce? Is it Rihanna?
You know how they could determine that? Is because they've had all these mixes all these years, they could determine the most watched halftime show, right? And then decide, wow, that seems to cater to our demographic. Why don't we do more of that?
What was the most watched?
I don't know, but
actually,
whoever the fuck is hiring these people should be looking at this shit.
Hove.
Huh?
Jay-Z.
He's not. Listen.
Jay-Z is actually the person who is like responsible for
somebody from NFL decided to contact Jay-Z because Bad Bunny.
Right, so Jay-Z works with the NFL on this whole Super Bowl thing, okay? And he's the one who then
for this particular event.
He did it for last year too. I think he does it for like it's like right. What he does. I don't know for how long he's been doing it. Yeah,
let's find out.
ChatGPT. Let's see. What was the other thing I was looking into?
Who is responsible for hiring the halftime show for the NFL?
So the NFL itself is responsible for organizing and hiring the halftime show performers, but they typically do it through their own events and entertainment division. They also work with major entertainment agencies or producers. For instance, sometimes they bring in...
what is the department within the NFL that does this? And then who is in charge of that department? So you got to really dig deep with the shit.
Look, she don't know. Look.
Because every time you say something, she fucks up. Continue on. Sorry.
No worries at all. I get it. Basically, there's an NFL events and entertainment department that oversees the halftime show. Right now, the head of that department is a person named Katie Keenan. She's the NFL's senior vice president of events, and she's the one who would be in charge of the team that actually handles hiring and production for things like the Super Bowl.
So Katie
that handles hiring of the team.
Yeah. So Katie Keenan, we should look into her. What is her thoughts? What is she trying to bring to the table?
But she clearly has brought in some of the biggest artists, such as Jay-Z, to basically help them make this decision. Now, actually, I do want to go back for a second because you and I both said that Kendrick Lamar was kind of like and I think I was just being biased, guys. Well, I know I was because he's not my fave. I'm not really into him. Most watched Super Bowl halftime show ever. Kendrick Lamar's 2025 performance.
Where are you seeing that?
133.5 million viewers. It surpassed Michael Jackson's 1993 record of 133.4.
But the problem with this too is there's probably more people watching football than there were back in 1985 with Michael Jackson. That's the problem.
Okay,
right.
But I mean, we're basically comparing to Michael Jackson. There was a lot of other people that could have taken that slot besides Kendrick Lamar. And they're saying that Kendrick Lamar's 2025 performance was the most watched. So I guess he does cater to the bigger population, you know?
Anyways,
guess what? Bad Bunny's going to blow it up.
My point is, who gives a fuck? The whole point is the goddamn fucking football game. And the halftime show has become this whole spectacle. And now it's becoming like this divisive thing of who gets to perform. It should be anybody. Who gives a fuck? Like whatever her fucking name is, Katie Keenan gets to decide this. So if you're mad about Bad Bunny, why don't you hit up Katie Keenan and let her know what your thoughts are.
Yeah.
Anyways, I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's like any way that they're that. It's like every day I watch or like listen to something on like YouTube or fucking whatever, and it's just like we're finding new ways to be divisive. It's like never ending. Like it's crazy. Like why do we even like? Who gives a fuck at this point in life, right? Like if I have a black friend, right now, that's my age, it's like 40, 45 or whatever, they did not go through slavery, right? And I, being half Asian, also didn't go through some sort of like slavery thing where like I was like chained or something. Maybe grandparents or even possibly parents as far as like black people, like, you know, whatever. I might be digging myself in a grave here. Dude. All right, let's just end this. I don't even know why we fucking started talking about this shit. All right, I'm seriously ready to finish.
All right. Anyway.
You don't even know one thing that I was just saying.
I don't. I was trying to find the Bad Bunny thing. But exactly. I've said many things on here that you didn't know what I was saying because you were like this, having to fix a fucking microphone or something. So, you know, cut it out.
I do know what you're saying.
Take it easy.
I am like, I'm behind the scenes. I'm in front of the scenes. I'm hearing everything. Anyways, what I'm saying
what would you like to talk about now?
What I'm saying is like, what the fuck?
Serious.
Like why? It's like, I get it. Yeah, I have DNA. Like my mom grew up in a dirt hut in Korea during like before the Korean War, right?
Oh, look at you coming right. Well, now that you have the information.
Well, no, I'm just saying this. Like, but this is my whole point. Like, you've never heard me really talk about that, right?
Well,
because it's irrelevant to me.
It's like, irrelevant to you how your mom's upbringing was, how her life was. It's crazy.
My current life, like, yes, I've gone through things mentally of like, okay, I've had to like detach myself from those struggles in life that my mom had, and even my mom raising me, being racist towards her and stuff like that, and then even towards myself in like elementary school, having kids making fun of me, calling Chi Chong, whatever, like,
and your mother being also
my mom, right. So, but I could literally live there. I could still live there now. What the fuck's the purpose? There is no purpose. That's the answer. There is no purpose. And that actually isn't you. That was you as a child being injected and bombarded by culture around you, and then make the culture kind of almost making you feel like it's dictating who you are. You have to detach yourself from that, take the good, and move forward, right? So we should all be doing that as opposed to like living there. What's the point of living there? Yeah, we could all just be like, oh yeah, fucking Genghis Khan murdered all of my ancestors. Oh, I can't believe it. I need reparations for that or something. But like, I don't personally need shit. And neither should anybody that's alive right fucking now. But we can keep fighting. It's not fun. It's stupid. It's irrelevant to actual life.
Always the Debbie Downer. I feel like I'm always trying to make
this is actually very positive.
I'm trying to make it fun. I'm trying to make it like, let's loosen up, not be so tight. And then it's like it always has to be something.
Dude, this is not a top level podcast. This is like multi-layer deep podcast.
I know.
It's never been a top level. Maybe it starts off top level and then we just go into the rabbit hole.
Well, we go to the rabbit hole because you always go there, and then I'm like,
you want to have so basically the podcast you want to have is the same podcast that everybody fucking else is having.
It's not the podcast that I want to have, but I do think, just like therapy, that not every session has to be we're talking about the time that you were sexually abused.
No, it doesn't. But like you brought up the Bad Bunny thing. The reason why Bad Bunny is a fucking thing now is because of everything that I just fucking said. If you dig down deep enough, if people are willing to do that. Right?
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean the reason why the Bad Bunny thing is going on right now is because of what you just said? I heard what you just said, but I'm trying to understand the connection.
There are so many people out there that are like absorbing this bullshit, the freaking divisiveness that is being injected into our culture that make us believe that that's something that we should care about. When in fact it's not.
Can't we just care about the music?
Right.
It's beautiful.
The fucking Bad Bunny is badass.
Going. It makes you want to pop. I don't care who you are.
Right. Now, listen, no matter what you play at the Super Bowl halftime, not everybody's going to be happy about it, right? You're never going to make everybody happy. Just like the president's never going to make everybody happy. And just like fucking a million other things. So either you don't have to fucking watch it. Just don't watch it. Who cares?
Go eat some food.
Yeah. Go watch the Charlie Kirk fucking halftime show or whatever. Who cares? There's a zillion options out there. Why you guys even give a fuck?
I think it's ridiculous that they're even doing that, which is why I brought up the whole entire thing to begin with, but whatever. To each his own.
Oh, Charlie Kirk's wife starting a whole new halftime show?
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah, that's a little like, okay, whatever. But I really don't care. Who cares? I mean, at the end of the day, you'll find out, I guess, through the...
I guess we will find out whose halftime show actually did
who watched
crush
which one
it.
more, right? We'll find out.
Not that this is a competition.
Unless they're going to be on like fucking PBS or some shit where nobody knows.
They're going to be on some
like local channel.
Shit, like with some, I don't know, someone. Wow. Meanwhile, back at the other side.
I can't even remember the last time.
We're going to be popping.
Can't even remember the last time I even watched a halftime show. So
this would be the first time that I'm actually really watching a full halftime show engaged. Truly. The last time I watched a halftime show, truly engaged. Oh, well, I will say Rihanna's halftime show I actually did watch. Pretty engaged. And then the Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson one, obviously her boob came out. That was a big one.
I didn't watch that though.
You didn't watch that?
No, I just saw like the aftermath of it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was so in tune. But other than that, no, I don't care. Nor do I care about football.
Right.
But I will be watching this fucking halftime show. Like I am at his goddamn concert. I will tell you that.
Anyways.
Benito.
Life is like really a big distraction from what you should be really doing. Or not life, like fucking culture. Culture is a big distraction.
Like culture in terms of because again, when you say culture,
the media,
right,
the music,
right, like so culture has different
TV
definitions.
shows.
It could be different things that you're talking about when you
I
say
describe culture. It's the media, the movies, the TV shows, the music, the cartoons, the fucking anything that comes out of your TV or device that is injecting ideas, even social media. You know, it's like not really necessarily totally who you are, but you know.
Wait, I wouldn't throw music in there.
Music is totally culture. What are you talking about?
No. The reason why is because you're talking about it as though it's a distraction and like negative, but I actually feel like on a flip side, music can actually totally represent more of who someone is.
Well, all of it can be. Media and like could be
actually be expressed more emotionally and and like really kind of like cut more to the core.
All right, sorry.
Like people
I'm talking about the majority of these things, the ones that get pumped out on NBC and Fox and CBS and fucking whatever, all the main things that like hoard all the attention, or like Instagram or fucking whatever.
Yeah, that's more
what you're saying.
That's more what I would consider. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right. There are like you could watch documentaries and learn a shitload of things. You can listen to audiobooks that like teach you amazing things, and you can like, but like anything that's like not actually like reality shows. That's a distraction from your own
it's
life.
A huge distraction. Oh my God.
You're like living through other people's lives instead of like the hour that you're looking at this show, you could be productive in your own life. You could be starting your own business. You could be playing with your kid. You could be doing something.
No fighting that.
Taking away anything that takes away and doesn't like make you a better person is what I'm talking about.
Totally. But I got to tell you,
the distractive culture.
Man, for that, hour, if I even make it the full hour, which I usually don't. I probably fall asleep within 30 minutes, but that 30 minutes we'll say that I have at night at 8 o'clock, laying in the bed, watching 30 minutes of some stupid fucking reality show about people trying to get to know each other behind a fucking screen and getting married or whatever it is. Ah, I just love it. I gotta say.
Well, there's definitely something you're running away from within
Oh,
yourself.
I'm running away from so much.
There's something.
You and I talk about ourselves all the time.
No, there's something.
Jesus
There's
Christ.
something. I don't know. I don't
Talk
know
about
what it's
myself enough. No, what it is I'm sick and tired of talking. All I do is talk. I talk all damn day.
Not about you.
I talk about myself I love talking about me. I'm like partially self-absorbed. That's why I actually enjoy.
But you would have said this.
I enjoy talking about myself.
Hold on. 2 years ago, you would have said this exact same thing. But come to find out, there was a lot of things to learn about yourself through Reiki and through ketamine therapy and through
2 years ago, though,
and going deeper.
I will say, and yes, you're right. I will say, though, now that
I thing about
the show. Now that I it's funny you say that, because now that I've actually like did do those things, right? And now I'm in this space, I could feel a difference between when I was watching that stuff before. Like, I honestly feel like, if you think about it, right? When I was watching those shows before, so I'll say pre really getting into the Reiki and the psychedelics and all the mom stuff, right? I honestly felt like I can stay up watching those shows. Like, you'd be laying down in bed and I'd be laying there, but I'd be awake watching them, just like zoning out, like, and then eventually fall asleep. And now I'm noticing, right, that now when I do have a moment to put it on at night, I don't last more than 30 minutes.
Now it's just a habit.
It's just something that I do because I'm like, oh, this is exciting for a second. Okay, cool. Also, another part of it, and I think this is where my brain goes with it, is that, so my brain's default, okay, although I have to create a new default, right? But my brain's core default used to be chaos. Okay. And that is what got me going. Chaos. And what I mean by chaos is just anything that is like stimulating, that is firing up my brain. My brain is like dopamine is going crazy. I'm like, bing. That could be a unhealthy relationship. That could be, flying out of it. That could be so many things, right? But my brain thrived in chaos. So through the work that I've done and all this life journey that I've been on, I've had to create a new default, right? Now, my brain's default is more of like, it's calm. I don't like chaos. Like, it's not like my thing. I like things to be very like chill, happy, positive vibes, stable, the whole entire nine. However, there's still this tiny piece of the old default that is it's probably about like this small now. It's like this, it's right here. And it's like every now and then, it's like, I feel like my life is great. My life is great. I'm going to keep this here just for visual. My life is great. I have nothing to fucking complain about. I love my life. I love my daughter. I love my husband. I love my job. I love my patients. I love this house. I love my friends. I love where I live. I literally, people ask me, oh, how's everything going with you? Blah, blah. I'm like, I have nothing negative to say. My life is amazing, which is great. But over here, it's like,
let's fuck shit up.
Can there just be like something that's exciting? And so what that something is for me that's exciting is the 30 minutes of watching that bullshit fucking reality show. That's what it is. That's what this little piece is.
Have you ever thought of that little piece potentially being a piece within you that is connected possibly maybe to somebody else, just like that piece with your mom?
No, I haven't. Well, I have, but the reason why I know it's not, one, on a clinical level, I know it's not. So my brain is very similar to like an addict brain. I have a lot of addictive stuff going on, right? And so my brain thrives.
You don't want to let that go.
No, it's not about that, but my brain thrives a lot in like, go, 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 right? Like I used to always just go, 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 go. Now in this life, I've created a go and a stop receptor, right? We'll say in addicts, right? In addicts' brains, there is no go and stop receptor. It's just go, 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 go. I definitely have a very similar brain to that. I'm also a recovering codependent. Codependency is also a form of addiction, right? So I have a lot of that stuff going on. Also, I would say, like, I don't know, man. I mean, like, I get, like, I've never like put myself in like an addict like thing, but I feel like I definitely was a huge and heavy abuser. That's for sure, you know? So I definitely have a lot of that stuff going on. So now, when you look at the brain of an addict, right? So obviously, over time, right, addicts can maintain sobriety, you know, and they can be sober for the rest of their lives, 20 years,
They're
30 years, right?
essentially
Like
just suppressing that feeling, right?
30 years, blah, blah, right? The whole entire nine, right? And they created a whole new default, you know, like, and they're living a really healthy, stable, cool, calm life, right? But there's not what I swear to you,
Still something in there.
there's not one addict, recovering addict who I have a lot of them who I talk to, not just at work, but just in my life. Like, there's not one who's like, where there's like something that they're still doing that ignites it, but in a different way.
Yeah,
Whether now it's like I'm pushing myself to be the best at school, you know, like, or like I'm pushing myself, like or like I'm working fucking 10 days a week, you know, like it's something now. I'm going to the gym all the time, you know,
Right.
like, there's just something that will always, this little piece, it's not hurting you. Actually, if anything, it's like benefiting you at this point because you've learned now how to just flip it up, right? You know, like, but yeah, it's like this little fucking piece, you know? It's so interesting.
Okay, yeah. I think maybe I have that too then. But I've done that, right? I've like funneled it into like I could, if I'm on like a project or something, I'll stay up all night.
All night you will.
I'll stay up all fucking night if I have to.
Yes.
For days if I have to.
And I also think that your brain thrived in a pretty like chaotic way too. I mean, you're very different too. You used to be a drug dealer, let's be clear. Okay.
Whatever.
Right. You know, and then, you know, like with your entrepreneur business, it was just legal then, you know, like it's like all these things. And there's a lot of going on. There's a lot of shit happening in that, right? Like, who's this? I gotta get this one.
Yeah.
That's chaos. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and you are still essentially kind of hooked to that because I'm like looking you at you on the phone and I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you still in the medical marijuana industry trying to do shit when it's like we are now doing private practice mental health? But it's because you still want that high. You still want that something that it gives you because this work that we're doing doesn't really probably do it for you because it's just it's, you know.
Everything's so easy after being in that industry. It's like everything's just laid out for you.
Exactly. Right? Just like everything after heroin. Like anything after heroin is nothing, right? It's like you did heroin, like nothing can compare to that. Everything else sucks. Like an Advil's not going to cut it, you know? Like, yes.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. As long I just think of it as like yeah, I don't mind, like, of course, watching a movie here and there, and like I think that's part of my addiction, right? Like I know that I would get addicted to a show. That's why I avoid
that's why you don't watch
some of the
them.
shows.
Yeah, that's why
because I
don't
don't want it to take up so much of my time. Like if I get hooked into a series, that's literally an hour every fucking night. I don't want to do that to myself. So I have control over that. I try to have control over that. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we just like.
What are you doing now though to get that stimulation going? Because I feel like your life now is way more
You know what I
calm
do?
than
I
it
think-
was.
I
So
think
what
I-
are you doing?
I just thought about this right now. I think like I let things build up until like I have to do like multiple things at the same time in a certain time period. So that way I'm like, okay, I got this done. I got this done. I got this done. And then I get it done in that short time period when I probably had like
So much time to do it.
2 months, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think that's what I do now. I kind of like, but then my justification is like, it's okay. Like things are moving, things are growing. I'm like being productive. Like we're making money or whatever it is. And then I'm like, I got to give myself a break because I know that I can go forever.
Yeah.
So I purposefully shut it down and go on the boat or fucking go hang out and for lunch with the buddy or something. Even though I'm like, I got fucking 5 things I gotta do.
Yeah, we're so similar.
So
which is why we have this amazing daughter that we have.
I got to work on my, I think, timing and just like ease myself into things as opposed to like just jamming them into a waiting and procrastinating, I guess, at sometimes too.
And what you just got to let me do then is then just like don't make whatever comments about my 30 minutes of watching some heroine.
Yeah, my thing is with it, the reason of it is like because I have the understanding in the background, the sound engineering understanding of like what the screen and what the manipulation is happening to you subconsciously, depending on what you're watching, right? There's always something going on, and then it injects thoughts from culture into your brain, which somewhere in there makes you think a certain way. Potentially. Such as you're not like worried about certain foods and chemicals and stuff like that, because guess what? In that world, in that culture, they're not saying it's a concern, but as soon as they say it's a concern, like red dye 40, now it's a concern for you, right? But only until that culture tells you it's a concern is it an actual concern. When in reality, Red 40's been a fucking concern since the day it was invented. Which is God knows fucking back in the 80s or some shit, right? So that's my concern with the culture injection via media or whatever, or music or TV shows or movies or whatever. That's my problem with it.
Okay. I get it.
I mean, in order for you to be as understanding about some of these things and as concerned in a more immediate time or appropriate timing, you would have to disconnect from that culture and actually look and research on your own about certain things, about organic foods, about all this other stuff, instead of just hearing it from me, because I'm also doing the same thing to you. You're only taking the injection that I'm giving you on a daily basis because we live the fucking together. You don't actually know much about nutrition and how it's affecting your body and our daughter's body and my body and everybody, right?
No.
So then it becomes a burden.
Well, I know what you've told me, and now I know.
Right, but only because I've told you, so
yes,
you just trust me, which
me.
is exactly how the media and culture works, because they put.
Well, you're my husband, so I mean, I know you're not going to like lie to me.
But I would say, don't listen to me. I would say, don't listen to me, and then go find out on your own somewhere else, and then come back and be like, actually, I found out from this book that you were actually right.
The reason why I don't do that with you, would I do that with somebody else? Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't do that with you because I trust that you're very serious about me and our daughter, and that you love us, and that you want to make sure that you are looking out for us in the healthiest way possible, and that you want us to be so that's why when you say things, I just take your word for it, because I know that that's the case. But fucking anybody else says something, that's not always the case. That's like, I will most likely research and look at other things and listen to other things because I don't fucking trust you.
But it's just like, I guess like mental health, right? If somebody has to want to go there and make the phone call, right?
Mm-hmm.
For it to like, they're doing something for themselves, for it to actually make an impact, right? If somebody said, Johnny, you have to go talk to Aaliyah. She's your new therapist. And the guy's like, what the fuck? What do you mean? I don't need a therapist. But no, you have to go sit with her for an hour. Do you think that they're actually absorbing anything?
Well, no,
eventually, if they're forced to sit there long enough, you just become the authoritative figure. And they're like, well, I guess she knows more than I, so I guess I'll just do whatever she says.
Basically, if I actually did my own research, which I know this to be true,
You come to
right?
the same conclusions.
I would not only come to the same conclusions, and if I really cared enough to see, that's the thing.
Right.
If I cared enough to do the research, it would most likely hit me and my brain would retain it a lot more and I would most likely live that way.
Right.
Which is why I live certain ways because I care about certain things more than other things, right?
Because ignorance is bliss.
Exactly.
If you just let it
The
go.
nutrition stuff, it's not like I don't care about it, but I'm just kind of like,
Not enough.
it's just like you're here and you're like helping me out and my life is
But
way
you-
better than it was. so I'm just like,
See, you don't
okay,
compare.
like,
You never
it's way
compare
better than it was.
We never should compare ourselves.
But
to
it is
how
way better
we
than it was.
used to be.
What do you? Wait a
We
minute. Hold on. I don't actually always believe that in any way, shape, or form. Because if
What do
I
you-
actually want some motivation and I want to like not forget where the fuck I was, because I never want to go back there
Mhm.
again, then I do want to fucking remember, and I do want to compare, and I
Right,
don't
but-
want to fucking forget that
But
shit.
wouldn't you be comparing yourself to the person or the vision of you in the future? Shouldn't you be like looking towards that? Be like, okay, I came from this awareness of the past, but that's where I want to be when I'm here.
Yeah, but just because someone says something like I'm in a better place than I was, right? And they even just make that statement, that doesn't mean that I'm still not looking like at a bigger goal for myself in terms of what I actually want to strive to.
Okay, so what's
It just means that I'm just like, okay, like, yeah, I'm in a fucking better situation than I was before. I was like
so what's your better
drinking iced tea all the time and
what-
just like shit.
I believe that your higher level of health
Uh-huh.
is all in my head. It's all whatever I'm building it for you. You're not building it for yourself.
No. I have my own view of myself and what I want to be at when it comes to health. It just doesn't match where you would like me to be at.
Hmm.
I'm fine with my
But
goal.
once again, because you would rather avoid and go do other things, watch TV or something like that, as
For 30
opposed
minutes.
to all right, 30 minutes. You could do research on like what do you know?
Right, but I'm not. So for
Right.
me, for my goal, I want to be able to. Well, I really want to kick like the sugar addiction is really something else. It's really like that's like a really big thing, and that is something that I know really has to give. It's just like that shit is fucking hard. So that's a big one for me, and I would like to be able to like if I can really start pausing more on the sugar stuff or get to that kind of place where I'm not craving it, I'm not triggered by it. I can really just eat fresh
I
like
don't think you ever
stuff
will,
and not
because you have that addictive mentality. You're just
Oh,
like
no,
a
it's
heroin,
like
coke addict or a heroin addict. If they
it's
just get a little piece, they're gonna go crazy.
well, it's like it's so hard. I try, but how I try is I look at like other things. So I'm like, well, this is better than this. So I guess that da 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 da, you know. But just for the simple fact that I now like to run 5Ks and I'm going to run a 5K every year, that's a big deal for me. They used to call me grandma.
Every year, are you training for next year now?
It's not until June. I have time. I'm not going to start training until
See,
like
maybe
January.
you do the same thing that I do, where you compress it so you can push
Compress
yourself to the end, and there's
Well,
a chaotic
because
moment, and it builds up to the finish line.
It's not chaotic to me. I was very relaxed that day. I was like, I had a
No, I
great.
mean like the month or so building up to.
I
the
had no
race.
chaos around
Well,
it.
you're training. Training.
I was
like,
going to the gym.
once a week. Right.
I was running, taking Cash for walks, doing the treadmill, running outside. I think I did actually a lot. I don't run you're like
know.
again. Like I'm going from someone who was always a bench runner. Like I was benched whenever I got to first base. This is not a joke. I wish I was
Pinch runner.
whenever I got
She doesn't even know
to
what it's called.
first base. It's a pinch runner.
That's what they call it,
Why do they call it pinch and not bench?
because they're coming in a pinch.
But wouldn't bench runner make so much sense?
No,
Because you're taking someone from off the bench and putting them onto first base to run.
It's a pinch. Oh, pinch hitter.
Hold on.
Pinch runner.
Because I think you're wrong, but I could be wrong.
I haven't watched baseball in years either. So.
Is it pinch or bench?
Are you? What are you typing in?
I still type.
Just asking the question. Oh my god.
Oh my god, it is a pinch runner.
Yeah. Same.
Whatever. So it's a pinch runner and a pinch hitter. So I always had a pinch runner because I could never run. I always my feet always
Okay. Once
so me
again,
running, this is
that
like a
was you
big
from
deal.
like when you were like 15.
I was like that for a very long time, Joe. I mean, I couldn't run. I could not
Not
run.
even 15.
Now
when you
I
were
know.
like 10.
Now I know I can run at 43.
Okay. All right.
I'm very proud of myself.
No, I am too.
Are you? I think that you have really high expectations. And I'm just happy that I no longer eat like shit, that I ran a marathon.
But you would though.
That
like if we got a divorce and like you were just a single mom, you would for sure eat like shit.
I wouldn't go back to eating the way that I used to eat. I like the way I eat
hold
now.
on. What's the way you used to? You would just say this TV dinner is organic.
Ew, no,
ew,
gross. I would not eat TV dinner. It's disgusting. I can't even fathom that.
I don't know.
I'm just spending money on going out to dinner then if that's the case. But I'm definitely not eating a TV dinner. I feel like you think of me as this the one thing that bothers me is I feel like in your mind you were like this huge Superman fucking guy that came into my life and literally I'm this way because of you. And I honestly feel like it's kind of shitty that you think that because I actually feel like I made the choice to also do certain things.
That's not how I feel. I already described it within this podcast of exactly.
But that's what you said.
Thought process.
But you always think that I'm this I feel like you look at me as a person who that if you weren't around, I'd be fucking walking around with no shoes on, fucking looking like shit, eating McDonald's, fucking whatever, the drinking fucking soda. I feel like you have this and I'm that's crazy to me because I'm such a different person today that I would never go back to the lifestyle that I had before, regardless of whether you were in it or not. So it's not about you. It's about me.
I think there's a part of it where there's sometimes when I talk to you about certain things that I know you don't really want to do, I challenge you a little bit. There's a little part of that, but the majority of it is that if you take cooking, for instance, right? I do the majority of the cooking. And then when you do cook, you do have some good meals, right? But it's very rare.
Joe, if we were divorced and I had to cook for myself and Soul, I would end up cooking because I had to.
Why only because you have to?
Because that's how it is. I don't fucking have to right now. So why the fuck am I going to? I don't really have to.
I don't have to either, but I do it.
Yeah, because it's been your role for God knows how long. That's what you've done.
We've already had this conversation several times. I don't want it to be my fucking role.
Well, it's going to be hard for me to change this default because the default was you were the one who cooked all the time.
I think this is a good challenge for yourself. And we've had this conversation before. And I say it, and then you kind of joke around. You're like, ha. And then I'm like, no, seriously, I want you to cook 2 times a week. And you're just like, oh, okay, well, maybe on a weekend. And then it never fucking happens.
This is why I liked being single. Because when I was single, I was way more independent.
It's over. Don't even talk about it. Stop talking.
I did everything on my own. I didn't need you at all to cook or anything like that. I survived. I survived perfectly fine. I put curtains up, this and that, blah, 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 blah. It's so basically, I can do the same thing again, being not with you, by the way.
But why do you have to wait until it gets to that
because
moment?
That is who I am. That's my personality.
So this is the reason why you're the one that pushes me to create these scenarios to make it seem as though I challenge you like you couldn't do it. Because I need to say the words need to come out of my mouth.
But I know that I can.
The words
I choose not to.
The words need to come out of my mouth and say it to you yourself. So you almost can mentally put yourself in a position like I have to show him.
Not when it comes to cooking. There's certain things I don't do that.
All right. So then what do I have to do to get you to do it then?
I don't like to cook.
I don't either.
But Joe, that is bullshit. When we first met, okay, you told me that you didn't enjoy it, but you had no problems cooking. When I came home from work fucking 8 years ago, every single day in Miami, you were cooking. You
know why?
I'm just supposed to now, 8 years later, just be like, oh, here we go. I have to now work. Okay?
You know
I just want to be clear. Don't even let me go on this tangent. I have to actually be at the office and work straight back to back and put out clinical fires and all this stuff, then I have to come on. You're here.
Working as well.
Bitch, don't even get me started.
Just because I'm not talking to people.
don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on the podcast.
Bro, whatever. We won't go into it, I guess. But
Because you know at the end of the day that, yes, what you do is big.
it's mentally taxing.
What you do is huge because we wouldn't
Just
be
as though
we wouldn't be infused with love therapy without you. So it's huge, right? You are the business person. I understand that. However, like once something gets resolved, it's gone. And then you're like, okay.
Oh,
I'm
you
actually
mean once somebody, me, has all these thoughts and ideas, writes things down, creates contracts, hires people, trains them, and then it's automated, then I'm just sitting here doing
on the
nothing.
boat. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the whole that's the work. That's the fucking work. And this is like the problem sometimes too with like, people who become successful, right? It's like, I'm not saying I am, I'm far from that right now, but I'm just like looking at other people and how people say like, oh, there's a million, oh, it's easier. He just sits around in his fucking yacht all day long. Well, how the fuck do you think he got the goddamn yacht? He hustled his ass off. And there was a lot of time of contemplating and thinking and talking and phone calls and whatever. But it's not the same as like, okay, I'm going to work and this hour I'm talking to this person, this one, and
back to back.
Yeah, that's the grind that I am trying to bring you out of.
I like the grind.
Right? You don't only know the grind. You only know the grind. Everybody that's in the grind loves the grind because that's all they know is the fucking grind, right? Anyways, once again, we don't have to get into that. My whole point is like the reason why I don't liked cooking anymore is because before, when it was me and you, I would make you a nice meal. We would sit on the patio and we'd have dolphins in the water, right?
Beautiful.
And you would not shit all over my meal.
What are you talking about? I don't shit all over your meals.
That's what I'm saying. You would not shit all over my meal.
Yeah,
as opposed to a 5-year-old who's like, and then I got to cook 3 fucking meals every goddamn fucking night. Why don't you try doing that a couple times a week? On top of contemplating things and creating those business so we can have a fucking yacht in 20 years. It's when we start judging people is when things, start going sideways because, because everybody's scenario is different, whatever they're fucking doing, especially when you're in business and partnerships and stuff, you have to respect everybody's job. And then when one of the partners comes to you and says, this is not something I enjoy fucking doing, you have to pick up the slack.
The only reason why I make the comments that I do about what you do versus I do is because your life is just more flexible than mine. You have
which is why I'm desperately working very hard to make your life more flexible, which is another fucking thing that I'm doing in the background that one day you'll just be like, oh, we can go to the beach today, Joe. And I'll be like, yeah, no shit. Because remember a fucking year ago when I was fucking not doing shit?
Oh my gosh.
Behind the scenes shit. Always happen. Anyways.
In the words of our
all
daughter,
you entrepreneurs out there
God.
know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And all you 9-to-5ers know exactly what Aaliyah's talking about.
I don't work 9 to 5.
And I respect both.
I don't work 9 to 5.
You don't even work 9 to 5. Like,
oh man.
I'm glad we got to have this conversation, but we really got to go.
I just should be grateful. I'm just grateful.
I'm grateful
Let's
too.
just be grateful.
I am grateful, but I think, I think I just want you to experience it. Even if you said, okay, I'm going to cook every, Thursday and Sunday for the next 3 months. I'd be like, okay, let's see how that goes. On top of going to work all day, on top of picking her up and taking to the playground and having her complain about all kinds of shit, and then come home and hating the fucking meal that you just fucking spent a half hour cooking.
She's not going to hate. She's not going to hate my meal.
Yeah, and then there's this layer too, and we can get into this real quick. Then this is where the unhealthy, uneducated.
I'm not giving her chicken nuggets all the time. Okay. I will give her chicken and rice.
Hold on. All the time. To me, I'm like, chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese are maybe like a once or twice a month
A month?
thing when I don't
Jesus.
have the
I
when
just
it's
thought
like
it was
when
like
we're running really late,
once a
like
week is
possibly
like
after this fucking podcast because it's going on for longer than I expect.
once a month.
A couple times a month on occasion, like if it's really getting to that point where I don't have 20 minutes to a half hour to cook something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fine. So it's like, but chances are I won't have time because I'm taking her to dance and everything when I get back.
Oh, how did I
so-
do? How did I do it? I don't know.
Well,
Because I'm sitting around doing fucking nothing. So I don't know how I did it.
You had more time because I
Huh.
didn't get home until 6:30 at night.
So we go to dance. We get home at about 5:30. I cook the meal between 5:30 and 6. She's eating at 6 every fucking night. Jiu-jitsu, fucking dance, fucking.
Well, I feel like you put yourself, actually, you just created this stress yourself because you could be less rigid and just be like, oh, you know what?
I could.
Let's just, even if it's 6:30, eat.
I could, but I care about my kid's health. I care about her not eating just before bedtime, and I care about the stuff that goes in her body and what's the chemicals that she's consuming. And that's more important than convenience for me.
Oh.
Even though I'm telling you right now that I fucking hate it, but guess what? I'll do it for the rest of her life if I have to. If somebody doesn't want to help me.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Ridiculous. Okay. Well, we have to go now, Cash.
This little Cashy.
All right.
Have you guys seen Cashy?
I don't think they've seen Cashy Keeny Weens. That's Cashy Keens.
Oh,
he's the cutest little baby
looks like
in the
a
whole
puppy
wide world.
all the time, but he's almost
like
2
a
years
little
old.
baby.
He's almost 2 years old.
Look at him. Oh my gosh, look at that handsome face. Oh my goodness, that little baby boy. Oh, you just French kissed me. Oh my gosh, you little lamb chop. Oh, isn't he so sweet? All right, everyone. Well,
Okay.
Great talk.
Yep. Well, we'll follow up next week. We'll see where we're at.
See what
Probably in the same place.
Have a good night, everybody.
All right.
Talk to you
soon.
Ready?